Good morning. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All across America, you've seen relatives, friends, and colleagues wear pink to show their support. Today on Spotlight, we'll talk to Angela Viviano, a nurse practitioner counselor at the Women's Wellness Clinic of the Karmanos Cancer Institute. She'll give viewers some keen insight into breast cancer prevention and survivorship care, and how we can tie it all into this year's National Make a Difference Day and a nationwide effort by the Scripps Women's Network. And later on our Sunday morning program, we'll continue our conversation, which began last week with Siham Awada Jafar and University of Michigan law professor Barbara McQuaid, coming out of the recent Images and Perceptions Diversity Conference in Dearborn. It's Sunday, October the 22nd. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. This October has to be an extremely busy month for you and anybody involved in the cancer care treatment, especially breast cancer awareness.
It is. It's very busy. At Karmanos, I work in the Women's Wellness Clinic at Karmanos, and Breast Cancer Awareness Month is very busy. Right. So it brings a spotlight to breast cancer awareness and to breast cancer screening. So it brings in a lot of patients, as it should all year long. But
right, absolutely. Yeah. But it gets increased attention during that time because the press talks about it and the medical community trumps it up a little bit more. So, you know, for better or worse, we're glad that people are finally zeroing.
We are glad. We're very glad for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yeah, it really needs to have more spotlight on it.
Sure. Yeah. You have a very in-depth background in nursing, and particularly as it relates to women's health care. Tell us just a little bit about the experience that you have.
I do, yeah. So I graduated from Michigan State University.
Go Spartans.
Yeah, go Spartans, yeah. Right. With my bachelor's in nursing, and I worked in women's health. I worked labor and delivery, actually. I worked labor and delivery for almost 15 years, and then I got my master's and then specialized specifically in women's health, obstetrics, and gynecology, and then decided to take a specialty course more into cancer, into
Sure.
women's cancer, breast cancer specific.
Is there something I can do in terms of prevention?
I'm a firm believer in prevention. So first of all, we really need to live healthy lifestyles. In the Women's Wellness Clinic at Karmanos, we not only talk about breast cancer screening, we don't just perform breast cancer screening and cervical cancer screening. We promote women's wellness by talking about diet, talking about exercise, and living a healthy lifestyle with a normal weight, not smoking, not excessively drinking, those kind of things. It really, getting regular exercise 4 to 5 days a week, it really does make an impact.
Sure. Ms. Viviano, what are some key signs to look for that may say, if this happened or this happened, then I need to really get checked out by medical professionals?
Yeah, absolutely. So if patients have persistent breast pain that's ongoing, especially in one area, not necessarily bilateral. Sometimes women will have bilateral breast pain with their menstrual cycles, things like that. It can come, it can go, but if we have persistent breast pain, especially in one breast, that's one thing to look out for. If they have a lump, if they have any dimpling, if they have a retraction or an inversion of the nipple where the nipple's pulling in, any kind of abnormal nipple discharge, especially if it's bloody, all those things would be signs to say, you know what, I need to talk to somebody about this. And don't just assume, well, you know, maybe it's a cyst, maybe it's nothing. Really, we'd rather you come in and have it evaluated and say, you know what, you're good to go.
Right,
other
that's good
than
news.
Absolutely, yeah. Other than them just prolonging it.
Who should get mammograms and how often?
Yeah, so mammograms, the average age for mammograms is 40 years old. All women at the age of 40 should have annual mammogram screening. That being said, if they're found to be of elevated risk, which a lot of women don't know if they're elevated risk, but if they have a significant family history, that's when we say, come on into us, let's look at your risk, let's evaluate your risk, because women who have a higher risk a lot of them should be screened significantly sooner.
And who falls into the high risk categories?
So patients who have a significant family history of breast cancer, they're more than likely going to fall into a high risk category. Patients who have dense breasts, are going to fall into high-risk category. And again, if they're not talking to their healthcare providers, a lot of times they're not thinking about their family history. They won't even know. Most women won't know if they have dense breasts. And both of those are two major factors that are going to increase their breast cancer risk.
And I was reading in some of your material, if a woman has dense breasts, then the state comes into play with that, correct, in terms of notifying them?
Yeah, the state does come into play. So it's been law for a couple years now that if patients have dense breasts found on mammography, they have to be sent a letter to their home stating that they have dense breasts and to talk to their healthcare providers about it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about this. I want to know specifically what kind of care that they get at the clinic, and we'll talk about survivorship.
Awesome.
All right. We'll be right back with Angela Viviano right after this. The Women's Wellness Clinic. What is it exactly? And if people go there, what kind of care do they get? What do you offer?
So the Women's Wellness Clinic at Carmanos is a wonderful clinic. So it's all surrounding women's health. So primarily the Women's Wellness Clinic was initially built around breast cancer and breast cancer screening, breast cancer treatment. But we do breast cancer screening, cervical cancer screening, and ongoing survivorship for our breast cancer survivors.
Is breast cancer increasing among women under age 40?
So unfortunately it is. Like over the
Why?
over the last 10 years we've seen like a 2% increase. So it's not a huge number, but it has been increasing. I really think that it's hard to say, right? I think that it has a lot to do with lifestyle changes. You know, it's difficult to say. I think, you know, we're seeing in the United States, we're seeing obesity rates go up. We're seeing that people aren't living as healthy of lifestyles.
And these may be interrelated.
And I think, you know, there's a possibility that that could be related. So the initial diagnosis very often happens in the Women's Wellness Clinic. So we're going to talk them through it. We're going to initiate their appointments and set them up. We're going to hold their hand through the entire thing.
Okay.
Everything happens right there. So we're going to set up their medical oncology appointments, their surgical oncology appointments. If they need any additional tests, whether it's CTs, MRIs, body scans, anything like that, we're going to set everything up. You know, we have social work if they need to speak to social work. We have counselors, and we're going to get them all set up for every step of the way. Most patients are going to walk in and they don't need a referral. They don't need a referral from their primary care physician.
That's important.
They can come in and they can call 1-800-CARMANOS. They can go to carmanos.org and they can make an appointment today.
We oftentimes associate breast cancer with women, but men get breast cancer too. At what level, and is it something that men should be extremely concerned with, and are key signs that they should look for?
So it is. Men do get breast cancer at a significantly lower rate. So typically men are in the single digits when we're talking about percentage rates of men that get breast cancer. That being said, if they have a significant family history of breast cancer, that is when men tend to come into play a little bit more. If there's genetic mutations, we tend to see breast cancer more in men. And again, it's the same signs and symptoms. If they notice any lumps in their breasts, anything different, any changes in the skin, anything like that, then they need to contact their healthcare provider. We are here for you. I can honestly say I work for such a fantastic institution. I really believe in what Carmanos does. And I'm sure there's a lot of wonderful institutions out there, but I know us and I know what we do. And patients are coming out of this and they're getting cured, right? I mean, you can't say the same situation for every single person, but I'm so optimistic.
Especially if they're diagnosed early in the process.
Especially when they're diagnosed early. Yeah. And that's the key. You have to come in for your screenings.
I know science and all the deep research is not on your end, but we know that there are people at Carmanos that do this. If people want to get more information, how can they do it?
So if more information, they would go to carmanos.org. They can actually donate to Carmanos to donate to research.
Sure.
Carmanos.org/give. But yeah, carmanos.org would be the first stop.
All right.
Yeah.
One final question. We're coming up in just about a week on National Make a Difference Day, October 28th. that's where people can make a difference in all sorts of ways. But it occurred to me, this is one area in which you could make a difference, whether it's through volunteerism or, as you said, through donations or just helping out, giving people lifts to their appointments.
There's so much that can be done. First of all, people just need support, right? But when you talk about like even giving lifts to people, especially in the city of Detroit, we have a lot of patients that struggle even just with transportation. So, they need transportation to and from their appointments, things like that. And, but Carmanos really does a good job, again, of trying to help people with that and trying to reach all people, regardless of, financial and
what their backgrounds
yeah.
are. Absolutely. Angela, Viviano, thank you so much for coming in,
Thank
sharing
you.
this very important information for a lot of people out there who I'm sure are just taking it in and educating them.
Thanks.
We
yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, and keep up the good work. And when Spotlight returns, I'll sit down with Siham Awada Jafar and attorney Barbara McQuaid, and we'll continue a conversation we started last week. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Barbara McQuaid, you've written a new book. Tell us about this book.
Oh, thanks. It's called Attack from Within, about how disinformation is sabotaging America. As a national security prosecutor, I had a chance to see how foreign adversaries use disinformation to disrupt fault lines in American society. But now I think we're seeing Americans themselves attacking our own country and creating divisions in society through disinformation on social media and otherwise to pit us against each other for their political advantage.
I'm curious, you've worn so many different hats and you've had so many interesting careers. At what point did this kind of come across your radar? Was it when you were a U.S. attorney? Was it before then? When did the little light go on and say, you know what? There's a book in here somewhere?
The book idea probably only germinated in the last few years, but it's something I certainly saw as a national security prosecutor. And then at the University of Michigan Law School, I teach a course in national security and civil liberties. In 2016, we saw the way Russia used influence operations online to affect our election. And then now we're starting to see Americans involved in this. And so over that period of time, seeing this evolution caused me to want to sound the alarm bells, to raise awareness in the American public about what is happening to us and calling for us to get past disinformation. I think if you recognize it and can call it out, we can come together and do the important things because, united we stand, divided we fall. And I think we need to adopt truth as our national purpose.
Sure. Siham, you've done this for 20 years, the conference that you just had. What have you learned? And has it changed a lot in 20 years?
I think it has evolved to a conversation about inclusion, about justice, about civil liberties, about how basically what Barb just talked about finding the truth and about negating misinformation and creating that sense of reality about who other people are.
Do you feel we're getting better as a whole in this nation? Because certainly we're living in a very partisan time. I mean, whether it's in Washington or it's in Lansing or it's just in our own neighborhoods.
I think the challenge is real, and I think we have to continue these conversations on a daily basis. I think through these conversations we will create progress, but I also feel that there is a force that needs to be reckoned with in terms of what we are fed as a society and the perceptions that we all have that is not based on fact, reality, and truth. And I really believe, and I have to keep going back to what Barb has written, Attack Within. I think misinformation and creating an ambiance of something that is not real and creating that sort of social ideology where everyone buys into something that is misinformation, I think is really what is creating the corrosion of our society and of our families. Mm-hmm. and this conversation has to happen.
How does this relate to the young people that you're teaching in law school? And when you're writing a book like this, are you optimistic that we're headed into, they're going to be a different generation than the one we're dealing with right now, where there's so much friction?
Yeah, I think one thing I've seen is, we've taken 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and we're at that moment of the 1 step back, and it's been a big step. I think that there are forces in society that are trying to demonize difference. People who are saying that the LGBTQ community, for example, is grooming for pedophilia. I mean, that is an effort to turn public opinion against a group of our fellow Americans. And so I think conferences like this one are really important so that we hear the stories of people and we see past those differences so that we can lift each other up. But I am optimistic in this regard for our future by spending so much time with these unbelievable law students. It's a wonderful privilege to be able to be among students who are really smart and idealistic and want to make the world a better place. This group gets it and understands that we need to be an inclusive society if we want to be able to take that next 1 step forward.
Do you see them when the backdrop of a question going into a major presidential election is, will our U.S. Constitution, which is held for 300 some odd years, will it continue to hold? That's not a question that I think 20 years ago law students were addressing or dealing with. Do you find they're coming in much more optimistic or pessimistic when they're even having to contemplate whether or not we will have an election that will hold?
I think they are motivated.
Constitutionally and election laws?
Yeah, I think they are clear-eyed about the challenges that we have today, but they are motivated to ensure that our Constitution holds, and they want to learn more about the rule of law and how they can use it as a tool to advance our society. So it's that motivation and that drive to take back our Constitution from those who would try to attack it that gives me hope.
Ms. Jafar, Ms. McQuaid, hang on just a second. We're going to rush to a little break, and we'll come right back with more questions right after this. Was writing the book one of the hardest things you ever did?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Every author that I meet, they say it was a labor of love,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure I want to do it again. But what was your experience?
It's exactly right. I was having trouble finding time to do it, and so my husband gave me the inspiration of just getting up early in the morning and dedicating, 2 or 3 hours a day to working on it every morning, and that was the ticket to success. That's how it happened. But I would find that once I got myself in front of the computer early in the morning with a cup of coffee, the time would fly because it was so fascinating. So it probably took about 2 years, but it also draws on, a lifetime of thinking about and studying these issues. And so, I'm hopeful that people will read it just to help process where we are at this moment and offering some solutions about how maybe we move forward and become the kind of society and the more perfect union that we aspire to be.
And do you use it in your class? Do the students have to read it?
No, it has not yet been published, but we certainly talk about a lot of the underlying readings that are contained within it.
But if they're smart, they should probably read the professor's book.
I agree.
See, 2024 conference. I know that's 300 some odd days away, but have you already started giving thought to what you want to have?
Yeah, I'm always thinking beyond, this conference. But I think
because
that
next year you'll be having it about a month before a major presidential election. So who knows what the backdrop will be?
Absolutely, and I think each year brings its own conversation. And this year it's about equality, it's about civil liberties, it's about humanity, and it's about our Constitution, exactly what you had just mentioned. All men are created equal, and they say if there's an injustice somewhere, there's an injustice everywhere, and we have to focus on that. And I think the conversations here within the leadership is going to focus on judicial justice, on civil liberties, on humanity, and that's the most important thing. We have to understand that across the board we are all human and our lives matter.
Quick final question. When you started this back in 2002, did you have any inkling that 20 years later you would still be having this? Was that the design, or do you just say, we're going to do this one conference and let's see where it goes?
You know, I think that having a safe space for individuals to come and ask questions and to hear the really, really, really rough conversations regarding anything and everything was really something that I found refreshing, because people do have questions and people need to be there that have the answers. And that's why the focus is to be able to get those individuals who have the answers, who are the change makers within their professional realms. And the audience as well, I think has sort of evolved. What they come and listen to, we hope that inspires them to go back and to say, wait a minute, you know, we need to have things change. There are many companies that have actually attended the conference who went back and created created programs where diversity, equity, and inclusion were highlighted within their company where it wasn't before. So I think that process is extremely important, and people need to listen. And on the average, people are good people. And when they hear something that works, and when they understand that other people are being persecuted, such as the LGBTQ community or the Asian community, when they face so many challenges. So to be able to have those conversations and be able to have individuals from those communities to talk about their experiences and to talk about the challenges that they face on a daily basis, I think that brings it to a human level where people can say, I can relate to that individual and what they're going through, and hopefully affect the way they deal with things, and it's sort of that trickle-down effect.
Barbara McQuaid, no political pressure on this show at all. Might we see Barbara McQuaid run for a political office one day?
I don't think so, Chuck. I don't think I have the stomach for it. You have to spend a lot of energy playing defense.
Many times.
But I do care deeply about public service, and so I look for ways to serve. And frankly, teaching law students, the future leaders of our country, is incredibly gratifying to me. So I'm really happy right where I am.
All right, Barbara McQuaid at the University of Michigan, and all kind of other places if you turn on YouTube. And CM Awada Jafar, thank you so much for coming in, and best of luck. Special thanks to all of my guests today. I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.